Welcome back to the Jennifer Hammond Show on Sirius XM Urban View.
Welcome back.
Jennifer.
We're having a very special show, and I say special because it's probably one of those moments in time that you'll probably remember where you were standing or where you were sitting as you heard the news that Muhammad Ali is dead at age 74. Muhammad Ali was the very colorful but polarizing three-time world heavyweight champion who risked his career and his freedom by his refusal to be inducted into the Army during the Vietnam War. He died last night in a Phoenix hospital after a long and debilitating battle with Parkinson's disease. And it was believed that it was brought on by his repeated blows to the head. He was age 74, again, an Olympic champion, 61 heavyweight fights spanning 3 decades. And I love his quotes. I'm going to start opening with a quote from him, from Muhammad Ali. "The man who has no imagination has no wings." Very important. So we want to go ahead and go to our guest, Leena Patel. She's been patient enough to wait. It's just a very unusual day because we want to honor Muhammad Ali and some of the stories and how he's influenced people. And I think that he influenced all of us to be a little bit better in our life. And our topic today is how to overcome property lust in 3 strides. And I think it's really important that people take that opportunity to make good decisions in real estate. Whatever you do in life, I want you to make sure that you're trying to be just a little bit better today. And so, first of all, I want to welcome Leena to the show. Leena, welcome to the show.
Hi, Jennifer. Thanks so much for having me.
Absolutely. So, one of the things, Muhammad Ali unfortunately passed away last night, and we talk about how he was he influenced so many people. And so often we're influenced by wanting a bigger house or in a better neighborhood. And so often we have that lust to get something that is so much bigger. And I'm sorry, let me tell you a little bit about Leena's background. So Leena Patel is the world's #1 in global impact systems. She's the CEO of Elite Leadership Training and has over 20 years experience in training business leaders and their employees in leadership and elite performance skills. So this topic, I know you have some experience also in investing in real estate. How would you say that people could, you said in 3 strides, how can people utilize some of this and not buy something that is outside their budget?
So since Muhammad Ali is such a strong presence in many people's minds right now, I love what he said, and it's stuck with me for years, and it seems so appropriate with this topic. He says, "Your hands can't hit what your hands can't see."
Oh, I love that. That's beautiful.
That. And for me, that's so applicable to the subject of property lust. And for those people who are like, "What is property lust?" Property lust is when you fall in love with a property because it looks a certain way, and as a result, you end up overpaying.
Right.
So when we talk about your hands can't hit what they can't see, it's being able to separate the clutter from the truth, being able to see what is real and what is relevant to you, so that you pay for what you need and not pay for the fluff, which may end up changing. So I talk about applying entrepreneurial strategies. That's my background, sort of leadership and helping business owners to grow their business, to build wealth, to make a difference in the community on a global level, on a local level. And how do we apply that sort of business mindset when it comes to whether we're buying an investment property or a home that we're going to occupy? We have to shift our mindset, and that's the essential difference between, I think, home buyers and entrepreneurs is looking at getting the right home at the right price versus the right home at any price or a high price.
And I think that's really important when we talk about property lust. So often, you want to, as I say, keep up with the Joneses, or you want to keep up with the next family, or, you're trying to get a bigger thing. But we need to also be careful about the lust of going after a property that isn't right for us at this right moment. It might be in a year or 2, or it might be in 5 years. So make sure it's the right one for you and for your budget now. And I really appreciate you giving the quote from Muhammad Ali, because I think it is really important that people, we always want to honor those influences that have helped us. And as you say, with global impact, we have the opportunity to really change the world in so many ways. And even by making our communities stronger. And again, we make that by making good decisions in real estate. So I know you have a gift for the listeners today. What is that?
I want to share, if I can. I want to leave the listeners. I don't know how much time you have, but give them a couple of tips that they can use and apply these strategies to their home purchase, and then leave them with a gift. Would that be okay?
Yes. We just only have a short time, like a minute and a half.
Okay. So real quick, a couple of tips for your listeners is to detach from the chaos, to not get enamored by how property looks cosmetically, and just being able to think more like a business leader, looking at the basics and if the numbers make sense versus if the carpet looks great or if the walls look great. Second strategy, avoiding groupthink. Don't do what the masses. Get a home that you like that's in a nice neighborhood, and you can always, do it up along the line. You could always renovate it. You could always build up. And then finally, just looking at the ability to negotiate, not just on the price, but on, as you were sort of mentioning earlier, you can work with the lender on fees or interest rates, furniture, fixtures, and so on and so forth. So looking at things from a much more bigger perspective than this is the property, and I'm willing to overpay and get it at whatever cost. There's so many creative ways that we can purchase a property and have it affordable, be within our price range and our budget.
I agree. I think it's very much outside the box thinking and negotiate. It's really important to always negotiate and get the right price for you. So I agree with all three of those points. And then your gift you have for the listeners today is?
Well, I wanted to give people an opportunity for those who are, maybe not so comfortable in negotiation and with sales strategies. They're interested in getting a little bit of coaching to get an outside perspective, more of a business perspective, so that can help them save money on their next property purchase. That I'm available to offer them some telephone coaching. So they can contact me through my website, www.leenapatel.net, LEENAPATEL.net. And, here's the thing, again, back to Muhammad Ali, he says, don't quit. Suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion. And that's really what I want to help people do is, sometimes it takes a little bit of work to pick up that phone call, to go into uncharted territory when you're not familiar with negotiating, you're not familiar with looking at things from a more business, from a financial perspective. But just putting in those 10 minutes or that little bit of time to do that research, talk to the right people, can pay dividends, thousands, sometimes tens of thousands down the line.
I agree. Leena, Patel, we have all of your information up on our Facebook page as well so that people can get in touch with you. Thank you so much for sharing your insights, and thanks for your quotes from Muhammad Ali, too, as we honor his life and his influence.
Of course. Thank you, Jenna, for having me.
Absolutely. Don't quit. Suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion. Muhammad Ali. So what can you do today to live your life more as a champion?
On the ocean.
More real estate talk when we return. This is the Jennifer Hammond Show on Sirius XM Urban View.
Can make a heart open. I might only have one match, but I can make an explosion.